side, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might have considered that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Lance going to put it up right away. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Fields. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On first down, it's Fields. Touchdown, Bears! Quez Watkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. keep in mind he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Fields. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down carry here for Johnson. And some space here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kyle Pitts, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. But a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10. At their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lance to throw it. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense? on the spot on almost every snap. If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up.
He's got a man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big third down play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 9 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run with Dobbins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Mitchell. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Probably going to have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well. Trying to make it 9 in a row. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%.
Looking there for Brooks, but intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Up the middle, Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play action, now it's Lance. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Johnson. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kyle Pitts, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The Lance going to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now Lance. Buying time to his left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Again, it's Lance. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Lance. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Like it's been as negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And they start the second half with Johnson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. The give up the middle to Johnson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 3rd down, Johnson. It's a room to maneuver. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. There's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kerryon Johnson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Here we go.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And Lance now to throw. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. J.K. Dobbins. 66 yards. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out. And take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So yeah, it's not a lot, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Here's Johnson again on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They go to Johnson again. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, there's the option going left. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Johnson on the counter. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. But defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Desperation time here. Lance. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. They have the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Lance again here on second and 10. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return, it's James. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew we were going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the gun on third down, Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Johnson. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This is Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm, though. Got game like I'm dropping me the console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now I flex. While you there looking the best, feel to get up in your chest. While I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks. Anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome.